Hello, so this is a developer course on Python AI. Now to start with, I want to give you an introduction on Python. Now for me to give you the to introduce to you the power of Python as a programming language. Now let me give you a simple project. Now the project is we build a calculator. Now of course the calculator has its it can perform basic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Here we can introduce the user can introduce input values. Okay, so integer, and this integer we do some basic arithmetic operations on it. Now let's try to build the calculator. Now, all we need to do is to copy this statement, this paragraph, to ChatGPT. Now here we are in ChatGPT, so we paste the paragraph. So if we send this paragraph to ChatGPT, it will prompt to us this simple calculator wherein we have the descriptions and some code. All we need to do now is to browse through the code. Now you get a feel of what the algorithm will do, but I will explain it later. For now, we just need to copy the code and we need to paste it to a environment. So the environment that we're going to use is IntelliJ platform. Now how do we acquire IntelliJ? All we need to do is go to Google and type IntelliJ, then we download the IntelliJ, the installer, and it has a 30-day trial, but let us consider the open source. So we select the operating system. Mine is Windows, so there's a link here wherein it will start to download the file. So we download the file, so it's almost 3 minutes, so 3 minutes is up. So upon successfully installing IntelliJ is very easy to install. You won't find any difficulty in the installation. So we open now the IntelliJ platform. Now here we are inside the IntelliJ platform. All we need to do is to create a project. Now be sure you choose Python because our programming language is Python, and the name itself, type in calculator. Seems reasonable, so we're building a calculator, so might as well name it as calculator. Now upon pressing create, you will now enter the environment. Now all you need to do is to create a file, create a Python file, so might as well name it as calculator.py. .py is the extension for Python. Now is the time for you to paste and for me to explain everything. Now here the user some welcoming remarks such as welcome to the calculator, and then afterwards the user will input two values here, which is num1 and num2. Take note that there are floating values, so it's a decimal, the first number and the second number. Now to define our operation, we need to ask the user to input his preferred operation. It is plus for addition, minus for subtraction, addition, and for multiplication, and slash for division. Now the logic to this provides some condition depending on what the user will input as the operation. So if the operation is plus, we need to add num1 and num2. If the operation is minus, else if. So we introduce an else if notation. If it is minus sign, so all we need to do is to subtract num2 from num1. Okay. And of course, for the asterisk, we need to introduce another else if statement. Else if the operation is asterisk, so we need to multiply num1 and num2. And lastly, we need an else if for the operation division. We divide num1 by num2. Num2 2. Divide by 0 or division by 0 is not allowed. Hence, if your denominator or the num2 is not equivalent to 0, then we proceed with ordinary division. But if it is 0, all we need to do is to introduce an else statement, wherein it will go to the else statement and it will give you an output, or it will print out that division by 0 is not allowed. So after that, let's have an else statement. Assuming the user will input some operation that is outside these four given operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Normally, so we will say that for the meantime, the operation is invalid, and we instruct the user to input one of the characters here for the operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So that's it. Let's try to test the code or the program. Now we click play. So let's give it a number 1, then 2. Choose operation that is plus or addition. So 1 plus 2 is 3, so that's correct. We try subtraction now. 1, 2. So subtraction, 1 minus 2 is negative 1, that's correct. We try multiplication. So that's correct. 1 times 2 is 2. And lastly, division. 1 divided by 2 or 1/2 is 0.5, so that's correct. Now let's try to have the condition wherein we print out a division by 0 is not allowed. So let me change one of the numbers, so that's 0, and proceed with division. And as we expect, the division by 0 is not allowed. So that's it. We have successfully created our first project. Now in the next video, I will try to discuss more and dig more, explore more on Python programming. Thank you.